Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. You may or may not have noticed the channel name has changed. There is actually a reason behind that, but that's a different story for a different video. I'll probably go into it in my next video, should I ever get around to making it. So my original plan was to actually do one video a month on this channel. Fortunately, due to my work, that's been a little more difficult. I've been working a lot. I've been working about 70 hours, 60, 70 hours weeks at the minute. So it's safe to say I'm knackered. In the 3-ish months I've been working, I've only had like 5 days off, and those 5 days off I've been so tired, so knackered. I've just collapsed on the floor, on the sofa, on the bed, wherever was collapsible. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. In this video, I want to tell you guys one of the most important things you should do before getting a pet parrot, and that's researching which parrot you want to get. And I'm going to be explaining in this video why I'm choosing to get the parrot that I'm getting. Ish. Kind of. Why I came to the conclusion anyway. So when I was looking for a parrot, or when I decided that I did want to get another parrot, so I have actually owned parrots in the past. I've owned an umbrella cockatoo, I've had an African grey, which ended up becoming my mum's African grey, which then got let out by a friend that went wrong. So many things have happened. Anyway, I've had parrots and I loved them. I love them to pieces. Preferably not to actual pieces. I don't pluck their feathers out. This is going the really wrong way. But either way, when I actually decided I want a parrot again, I really wanted an umbrella cockatoo because that was my first parrot and I loved them. And when I did my animal care course, I fell in love with an umbrella cockatoo named Harvey. He was wonderful, he was amazing. But I then actually did my research, like you should do before getting a parrot. And it turns out an umbrella cockatoo probably isn't right for me right now. One day, maybe, but not right now. So I started delving into the world of what parrot would be good for me, what parrot is going to be the best to fit my lifestyle. This is something everyone should look into before they even consider getting a parrot, because if the parrot isn't going to suit your lifestyle, you're going to end up rehoming it. So this is very important. So after all my research, I actually narrowed it down to 5 parrots that could possibly be a good match for me, and then from those 5 I whittled it down to 2, and then from those 2 I whittled it down to 1, which then became 2, which has now become 1 again. So the 5 parrots I chose or thought of for getting as my first ever parrot, the first parrot I thought of was a cockatiel. And the reason I thought of a cockatiel is because when I was a kid, I loved cockatiels. I saw them in the pet store. They were cute, they were adorable, they looked like a cockatoo, but mini version. They were so cute. And technically they are miniature cockatoos in a sense. They have a lot of the same neediness as a cockatoo does. And they are technically parts-ish of the cockatoo family, except they're a parakeet or teal compared to an actual parrot. Apparently there is a difference. I can't yet work out what the difference is, but there is a difference. But I loved cockatiels. I loved the colours they came in. I loved the chirpiness. I love the fact that they can sing songs most of the time. It's very important to know not all birds can talk. But most of the time, cockatiels could sing or laugh or talk or get on with you in some way, shape or form. That was my first consideration. However, cockatiels didn't make the final 3. The reason because they're small. And that sounds really horrible, but I prefer medium to large sized birds. And everyone kept on saying, or at so many places I watched was like, no, get a small bird as a starter bird and then go on to the bigger birds. It's like, well, that makes no sense, because then what do you do with the small bird when you've got the big bird? Do you rehome it? No, you have to keep it. And who's to say the small bird and the big bird are going to get on? The big bird might attack the small bird, blah, 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 blah. Either way, a cockatiel just wasn't right. It wasn't pulling at my heartstrings anymore like it did when I was a kid. Back when I was younger, a cockatiel would have been perfect. Not right now. So unfortunately, cockatiel left the list. The second parrot I considered was a budgie. They are cute, they are adorable, they are cheap as chips as well, which is really sad. And a creature's life shouldn't cost that little money, in my opinion. But they are so cute, so adorable, and one of my relatives actually used to have a budgie and I loved it. I used to talk to it and chirp with it all the time when I ran around their house. They are so cute and so sweet. But they had the exact same issue as a cockatiel. They're really small. In fact, they're smaller than a cockatiel. Unlike a cockatiel, they actually have a larger vocabulary. They're able to learn tricks and stuff like that much better from what I understand. But again, it was the size that did me in. And if I get a parrot, I really want to free fly it because I love nothing more than watching birds soar in the sky. I love watching them have that freedom. I love watching them have that. I just wish I was up there with them most of the time, to be honest. And I'd wanted that. And there has been a couple of successful free flying budgies, but not many. There's not many successful free flying budgies because they're really hard to free fly. Mainly because of their teeny tiny little size, and if they go missing, they go missing. They're also more likely to attract predators because of their teeny tiny size, so things like sparrowhawks are more likely to go after them. It's not something I wanted to risk. It was too high risk to try free fly a budgie. So unfortunately, budgie, bye bye. The next parrot I actually considered was a conure. Specifically a green cheek conure. I did also consider a gender conure and a sun conure, but unfortunately they're a bit too noisy for my liking. The green cheeks are still noisy, all parrots are noisy, but they're less noisy than their sunny friends. So they kind of started ticking the box more than the sun conures. The sun conures are far more beautiful. They have that really vibrant, multicolored yellow-red sort of thing going on. So do the gendays, but nah, I didn't want the noise. So green cheek won. And there's multiple different colour variations of green cheek as well. Sorry, I'm just watching a bird in my garden as we speak, actually. Green cheek conures made the list. They are cute. They are trainable to free fly. There has been multiple successful free flying conures out and about. They still have the high risk of sparrowhawks and things like that, but the risk is a lot lower. So they actually made a very high one. Some green cheeks can learn to talk. They are really good at doing tricks. They're meant to be really goofy little clowns. They're meant to be so much fun to live with. And I do actually know a person with a green cheek conure, and they said they're absolutely wonderful, adorable birds. So that is actually one of the birds that made my top 2. The fourth bird I considered, I couldn't even really say considered, because I didn't actually consider it at first. It was a top 4, and it's made sense to make a top 5, which was a caique, or caique. There's multiple different ways to say it apparently. There's a kayak, a caique, and a caique. They're all spelt the same way, they're just said differently depending on where you come from in the world. Although I really don't understand the caique, that makes no sense to me. But these are just like conures in the sense that they're cheeky, they're goofy, they're clowny, they like to learn tricks. On top of that, they're a medium-sized bird. Yes, medium-sized bird. That's what I want. I want a slightly larger bird than the smaller birds because I have a big car, I have a big chest, I have a big bum. I like big things. So the bigger the bird, the better. But at the same time, I don't want to go as big as the macaw, mainly because I don't have the space for it. And macaws require a lot of space, so do cockatoos. Hence why they didn't make the list. So with the caique, I thought, yes, finally a medium bird that is actually said to be supposedly a good starting bird or first bird for a person to get into the bird world, blah, blah, blah. I don't like the term starter bird or first bird after all the research I've done because I don't think any bird is truly a starter bird or a first bird. If you're getting a bird, you're getting a bird regardless of what bird that is. But either way, a lot of people have suggested a caique or caique as a good bird to start off with. So I looked into them and unfortunately they definitely did not make the list, mainly because they have really, really bad mood swings. And let's be honest, all birds have mood swings, especially in the hormonal season. Research that, look into it, it's true. But caiques are known for being really, really, really moody, which I'm moody enough on my own. I don't need a moody bird. And cockatoos are also extremely moody. If I do eventually want to get a cockatoo, one day, maybe, as a rescue, I can't really have a secondary moody bird. That's not really going to work. So, sorry caique, but no. They are really fun and cute and goofy, but no, I can't deal with a moody bird when I'm moody enough already myself. So kayaks were a goner. Last but not least, my 5th and final bird, which also made the top 2, was a Pionus parrot. These are such beautiful, interesting parrots, and so many people recommended them as a first-time parrot or for a parrot for people that have never owned birds before. And the thing with Pionus is they are known for being independent in the wild. They are actually known for wanting to be on their own from time to time. They still like company of other birds or people, but they're known for being independent. So they don't mind being left on their own for a couple of hours at a time. On top of that, they're also very quiet. They're quiet birds. And when I say quiet, I do not under any circumstances mean that they're not going to make noise. They still make noise, they still scream, they still shout, they still make noises like any other bird. But compared to, say, a cockatoo or a macaw or a cockatiel or a budgie, they are quiet. They are so quiet compared to other birds. They make, on a noise scale, they're towards the bottom, if you know what I mean. And then on a different factor, they come in multiple different breeds. They come in about 5 different breeds or 5 different colour variations that I know of. So you've got the bronze-winged Pionus, the white-capped Pionus, the Maximilian Pionus, the dusky Pionus, and the blue-headed Pionus. I've done a lot of research into these birds. On top of this, my favourite colour is blue, and there is such a thing as a blue-headed Pionus, and the bronze-winged Pionus is this beautiful mixture of blues. It has like navy blue, dark blue on the top, and it's got these beautiful like underwings of blue when it flies, and it's got multiple different colours here, there and everywhere. They're just gorgeous little birds. They're not as big and shiny and flashy and bright as, say, macaws or budgies, but they are such good overall birds. So they made my top 2. So my top 2 were finally conure, or the green cheek conure to be specific, and Pionus parrot. What won it for me in the end was that the Pionus parrot is a medium-sized bird, not a small bird. It's a medium-sized bird. Yay, that eventually won the draw, if I'm being honest. There was other factors that came into it as well, not just the size, but the size was the final cherry on the cake when it comes to which bird I would prefer. I upped and down the pros and cons of each bird for about 5 days, if not longer, before finally deciding the Pionus was the parrot for me. Then I had the difficult decision of what colour Pionus am I gonna get? Do I go for the Maximilian, the white cap, the bronze wing, the blue head, or the dusky? It wasn't actually that hard of a decision. So like I said, my favourite colour is blue. And the bluest of the blue Pionuses is the bronze wing. It has these beautiful like bronze sections on its wings, then it's like dark blue all over except for this little pink pit on its chest, and then it has these beautiful variations of bright blue underneath its wings and on its tail. It's just, it's like an all blue bird. That was it, that was the deal breaker. I'm getting a bronze wing Pionus. Maybe. Like I said, I would prefer to rescue a Pionus, and because Pionus are such amazing birds, they're very rarely found in rescues. In fact, almost never found in rescues. And at this moment, I've not found a single bronze-winged Pionus in a rescue anywhere in the UK. In fact, Pionuses are also really hard to breed in captivity. So because of that, their price tag is a lot higher. So I have actually found a bronze-winged Pionus breeder, and I am currently on their waiting list to get one of their baby birds when the breeding season comes around, approximately April to July next year. So what does that mean for my Pionus? Well, I've got a long wait. I've got a long wait to my Pionus, but if you've done your research, you don't want to jump into this kind of thing. You want to wait for the bird that's right for you. But like I said, I would prefer to rescue a bird. And at the moment, there is a Pionus in a rescue here in the UK. It's a little white cap called Angel. She's so adorable. She's so cute. I really, really want to offer her a home. She's been in the rescue now since at least June, and I am desperate to give her a home. So I've made an agreement with Jason. We're actually doing all we can to save up and make sure we can give her the best home possible. We're doing all the research we can so we can hopefully rehome her and give her a lovely, loving home. And because she's been in the rescue for so long, I felt really bad waiting till my birthday before giving her a home, because then she would have been in the rescue for over a year. So I had a word with Jason, and he's agreed that if she's still available, we're going to put in a request for her in January or February of this coming year. It might not happen. It might be someone else snaps her up before I do, in which case that's fine. I can just stay on the wait list for this bronze-winged baby Pionus. But if someone doesn't snap her up and she is still available in January, February, we're at least going to apply to rescue her and adopt her into the family, and she will be my first bird. If she is still there and we do get to go for her, I'm really hoping I pass the home check. I've already checked with them and they're fine with people that own cats, so long as we can prove that the cats are going to be kept separate from the bird whenever the bird's out the cage. I'm hoping to build such a great bond with her. And it even says on her profile page that she loves women, so she's perfect for me. She's not a bronze wing, she is a white cap, but I'm okay with that. because she's just too cute. She's so cute and I really want to give her a loving home. So the bird I'm going to be getting is a Pionus parrot because that is the parrot that best fits my lifestyle and best fits my personality at the moment. On top of that, there is one available in a rescue, so I'm hoping to rescue and rehome this little cute white cap. If I don't get a chance to rescue and rehome this white cap, I am on the waiting list for a bronze-wing baby Pionus, which I really hope I get to have, but rescuing a bird is more important than buying a bird from a breeder for me. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you're excited as I am to get Angel home, if not to get my little bronze-wing baby back home. I've already picked out a name for them and everything if I get the bronze-wing. It's starting to feel real. I've been sort of sat here for ages thinking this is never going to happen. I'm never going to get this bird. This bird is never going to come to me. It's not going to actually happen. He's not going to let me rehome one. And it's finally starting to feel real because it is getting closer. I've been waiting so long and doing so much research. It started to get tiring because it did feel like it wasn't going to happen. I'm getting excited now because it's only, we're nearly at the end of October, so in potentially 2.5 months, maybe a bit more, I could potentially have my little Pionus bird. If not, then I know I've got one on the way. I'm so excited. It's finally starting to feel real and I'm so glad I finally had the time to make some videos for this channel. I'm also going to be doing a video, or I'm going to be doing several videos on the kind of research you need to do before considering buying a bird. This is very important research that everyone should do, and not enough people do it before getting a bird. So anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you're as excited as I am to bring either Angel or a baby bronze-wing home to this house and start having some fun and train it and love it and get snuggles and I have so many high expectations in this bird and it's just not going to happen. I know it's not. Building trust and respect for the bird is a long, difficult process and I'm ready for that process. I'm ready for that challenge. I am ready for that amazing companionship that birds bring. So thank you very much for watching this channel. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I'll hopefully see you soon in another video. Bye bye.